Up next, I'm very excited to introduce a panel. We'll be talking about the relationship economy, how portable digital identity is redefining the bonds between global IPs and their audiences.
Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Paris. I'm not French, so I'll not try to pretend I speak French, but I'm very happy to see almost full room. It's a super nice day in Paris. The weather is looking good. The conference is looking beautiful. We are here to talk today about the relationship economy, how portable identity, how digital identities like Match ID, they can make the difference for global companies, global IPs. Like today, roughly, we have around 3.5 billion sports fans, IP people that directly relationship with the companies. And those companies knows basically 5% of this relationship of their customers. So we have here amazing friends and partners and IPs and infrastructure players that work directly with global, very well-known IPs. And I wanted them to introduce themselves very quick, so we can start the conversation. I'm Petrix Barbosa, CEO of Matchain. We are layer 2, focused on data and identity sovereignty. I let my friend Maurice, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Maurice Schulmann. I work for Groupe Partouche, a casino and hotel group in Europe, and I'm in charge of all innovation and different stuff like that.
Hi everybody, Pär Helgosson from PSG. Paris Saint-Germain. I head up PSG Labs together with Peter, who's in the audience here. PSG, for those who might not know, we have more than $500 million of the 2.5 that you spoke about in our reach and distribution. And PSG Labs and PSG is now allowing this to be an integrated rail for innovation to test new products, services. Digital identity is one of those. To say hello to the world, basically. Right?
Hello.
No work. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Thiago de Marco, head of brand strategy and partner at Gravitaslabs. And at Gravitas, we're a software development company and advisory firm that work with major IPs, understanding the challenges on blockchain applications within their business. And we work currently with Lamborghini, with DeLorean, and Bridgestone and other IPs. At Gravitas, we were responsible to deal and to build Lamborghini Web3 arm, and happy to be here.
Awesome. So thank you guys for being here for this quick intro. I would like to start with Maurice. So Partouche, not sure if all of you know, not everyone is from Europe or from France, but it's the biggest casino group in Europe. So Partouche verifies identity by law. You have to go to the door and you have to KYC yourself. So with your own words, you said, almost every client must declare identity. So when they go to your infrastructure, they cross across 42 casinos, 12 hotels, and 70 restaurants. So this is a really relationship economy, not just across one product. So how do you deal with these customers today?
Right now, what it's a shame is to go to a casino, you need to give your identity. But right now, in my ecosystem, I don't really take gain about that. And to create new experiences, I think that to push a new way to use a digital identity, thanks to your technology, for example, I think right now it's not only an idea, like maybe 2 or 3 years before, it's a reality. And my major problem right now is to create mass adoption of this type of technology was superb, and it could be a new way to discuss with my customers, to create new relation, new monetized relation. And right now the problem is only to push the regulator to create an obligation around all this digital identity, because the innovation, it's really great, but if you are not, if you don't must have it in your pocket, it could be hard to create a mass adoption.
So yeah, so it's really difficult. You have so many venues, like I said, 40 casinos, 70 restaurants. You need to make sure that when you go to the restaurant or one of the hotels, you kind of understand the history that he's bringing, right? So this relationship, so you can provide a better value. Like you can give a promotion, an upgrade in a hotel room, or something like this. So the portable identity is very important because you understand the history to provide more value to your customer, to your client, to your fan. So I go to you, Thiago, now. You build infrastructure directly for global IPs. And like I said, infrastructure, digital identity like Match ID is just infrastructure. But it doesn't matter infrastructure. You need to have something, a product that will attract the customer and the fan to give benefits to them. That's what you do for one of my favorite brands, which is Lambo. Everyone knows here when Lambo. So talk a little bit more about Fast Forward and what you do with Lamborghini and how do you build those experiences?
Yeah, so exactly. With Fast Forward, basically, we're talking about the Web3 initiative from Lamborghini. It started 3 years ago, all the development. Initially, to build gaming experiences and metaverse experiences. But then we realized that the technology that we were using would be very useful to track customer journey beyond the game. So with Fast Forward then we evolved to a platform where now we can track not only the gamers, the fans, but also the complete user journey from customers, from Lamborghini customers. And we put all this data under the same platform. And then we're talking about luxury customers, of course, that want to be anonymous. And with all this data, we basically use the decentralized identities to create layers and bring a new level of loyalty. We can separate which one are the customers without knowing exactly their names, their email, but we know it because they are registered in the platform. At the same time that we know that a fan that doesn't yet owns a Lamborghini car is starting to go to the events, because before he was just playing in the game. Now he's going to the events, he's visiting the factory side, and potentially in the future he can become a customer. And if he doesn't become a customer, he still has a relationship with the brand that the brand can make use of and can deliver some value, additional value to this fan.
And consume different products from the brand as well, because the brand has other groups in the brand, not just Lamborghini, right?
Exactly. So, and not only the cars, right?
Exactly.
And then we're talking about the IPs. So with the licensing partnerships, we can understand that this customer, because of this behavior, he would be interested in a jacket, for example, or he would be interested maybe in a gaming event. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
So everything leads now from where we're going to Pär. So I'm not sure if everyone here knows already, but Matchain and PSG, we have like a 2 years current relationship. We are one of the sponsors of the club and the exclusive digital identity partner of the club. So Pär will talk about it, that we have 500 million fans of PSG globally. And in order to attract these fans, we built the joint innovation studio with the club, where we build directly products for PSG that fits their agenda on how they would like to see and engage with their fans. But also we bring venues, partners, ventures to come with us, to join us, present your solution, so you can run, test, sandbox, and then if you graduate, you can globally be launched by PSG. And this is good thanks to Pär and PSG Labs and Matchain. So I want Pär to talk about your vision on that. Where do you see we going from here?
Well, PSG has so many fans around the world, right? We won the Champions League last year. We won against Liverpool last night. Well, what people don't really know is 2012, we had 92% of the fan base inside of France. Now, 92% of the fan base is outside of France. So it's quite interesting, right? So then we have all these fans, and they're in different channels. We're super proud about these fans, but we also want to know more about them. right? And one way is absolutely to do that with a digital ID. Because all of your customers, all corporates really, all brands, all clubs, you're going to have offline engagements at stadiums, at events that you do. You're going to have on-chain activities moving forward, and you're going to have online. But you need to track them to unique identity, right? So online, offline, and on-chain simply needs to be authenticated. And so one of the things that we set up is we need to iterate a lot. We need to iterate fast. And so PSG Labs, together with Matchain, set up a joint innovation studio where if you actually jump on the chain, integrate the Match ID, then PSG Labs and Matchain will greenlight you. And then we will pilot and iterate with you. So that is the plan, to have a lot of cool products and services and figure out what's next. What we do know, though, is that a more effective rail is being proven now in finance, but also across the world, really, and different verticals, will be a tokenized rail to track identities, to engage identities. Our ability to engage and airdrop into wallets, ours and others, means that we have a direct channel. Today, it's through third-party platforms. You all know who they are, right? So, yeah, there's a lot of reasons and a lot of things to talk about this, but
exactly.
But one last thing about the AI arriving. So 2030, we'll have, I'll bet you a Bitcoin on this in the audience, probably. We'll have more AI agents running than we have people on the planet by 2030. So they need to be authenticated. They need to be authorized. They need to have an ID, right? So it's not only people, because each person is going to have a bunch of different agents, right? And so the whole digital identity has arrived, if you will, and everybody needs to try to figure out how they're going to do that. So this is one of the ways that we want to figure that one out.
Exactly. So thank you for the hook. So now it's my turn to talk about Matchain and Match ID and how we do this, because we talk about why it matters. I think it's clear for everyone here listening. I really hope so. But how we do it, it's a different process. But also you mentioned about agents. The birth rate of agents and humans now, it's not the same level. We are having so many agents, more than humans being born daily. But the agents that are going to start to interact globally in financial system with funds and etc. externally, besides of your own private agent, will be big. So you're going to be able to identify them, the ones that are making mistakes, the ones that are winning, they're doing great or bad things. So this is one point. The other point is how we work with those IPs, but especially with PSG. So imagine when you have 500 million fans globally, which I truly believe we cannot verify yet until we get there, they are duplicated because sometimes we double the way that we count across one social media to other. So that's why identity is so important. But how we do it? So imagine Match ID as the simple analogy as like a body shop. You go or park your car inside a body shop and you want to tune in your car. Put turbo, black tint window, whatever you want. So your car is your identity. When you park yourself inside Match ID, I put available for you everything what exists in Web 2. I don't verify your iris. I don't verify your palm. I'm not invasive. I just want to make sure that you bond as many platforms that you're already using on a daily basis to your profile. So you can bind your Gmail, your Apple ID, your Twitter, Instagram. If you have Exchange's account, we have ZK Pass. With our ZK Pass, zero knowledge proof, you have no access to your account, but you can bind and you can see your KYC level on Binance, OKX, Bitpanda. So you already did the KYC 20 times a year. Why you have to do again? So your level of authenticity will be very high. So with PSG, for example, we want to create like 20, 50, 100 products because it's not one fun token alone. It's not one NFT drop alone. They're going to onboard everyone. So we need many solutions that are going to try, fail. The one that is working, we scale IP and bring it to other partners and economies. So this is very, very important because the fun needs to be understood. The customer wants to be seen by the brand that they love. So when you talk about the relationship economy, it's not just one side. Has to be both sides. You need to bring value to my life. You need to connect me to my favorite player. I want to know what we have in common. So we do this across like applications, multiverse, or predictions. So imagine you are in the stadium and you turn on the Wi-Fi in the stadium. You need to just put your email. We create a match ID for you, and then you already start the journey in the ecosystem. We start to know little by little how you are. In the next store of PSG store, which we are on our plan and vision, Match ID would be in the touch points as well. So the more touch points you have across brands, when you go to casino, the same Match ID going to Partouche, they're going to be bringing a history that this is a loyal sports guy, and etc. So this all truly matters. But what doesn't matter much for the people, it's the complexity of the terms, NFT, technology, interoperability, sovereignty. This is the problem that we face today. We need to treat this like a Web2 big corporations like they are used to have, but the infrastructure behind needs to be simple. But the customers, the fans, they need to be seen. So this is our priority right here. Not sure if you have more points to address about difficulties that you have, or what do you like to see? What do you think that on your group identity would make like a strong impact? How could we improve the business?
For sure, for the business, mostly for the young girls, for the 18 and more, we need to develop new strategy of retention and increase the knowledge of our customers. It's not only a new feature, it will be an obligation for us, because a lot of new way of gambling exist and will be existing also with online gambling and everything. And we need to fight all this part of the competitors thanks to a better knowledge of our customer, to take in all of this data. I agree 100% thanks to new AI agent. It could be not only a new marketing feature, it will be the center of our strategy of acquisition and retention.
That's awesome. What about you, Thiago? Like, how do you see Lambo feedback about the products and etc.?
Yeah, so it has been like quite a journey, and I think we are really proud of the solutions that we are building for them, not only for them, as I mentioned, for the clients like DeLorean, VR46, and so on. But I really think that the key potential of the structure that we're talking about, those brands, those IPs, is when we connect with a major ecosystem of other IPs that are using the solution. And that's why it's important for us to be here talking about it. Can imagine in the future when one user is a Lamborghini fan, but it's also a PSG fan, and PSG doesn't need to know my name and so on, but know the behavior, and then can go to Partouche casinos as well. So all this data together will generate a lot of value, not only for the companies, but value to the user, to the customer, that will have a better experience.
That's exactly it. How do you see this part in 5 years? Do you think like it's just a cool to have digital identity, portable identity, or it's a must-have for business, for this relationship economy between companies and customers?
I think everybody's going to be on the spectrum. The ones that do it great is going to be way ahead, and there's going to be a lot of slow ones. But I think what people kind of misunderstand is how fast the transformation can actually happen.
Yes.
And I do think that one example is PSG is now actually bringing the brand abroad. We're going to be in Tokyo for a week, Shanghai for a week in May. I think we're going to do some things with you, Petrix, as well. We're going to be in LA, New York for World Cup. We're going to have 10 days here in July, where the brand PSG and the Maison is something that PSG Lab will engage with. Now, as I said, we have fans around the world. It is key for us to understand who they are, and as they engage with us, our sponsors, Petrix is one of those partners, and the ecosystem around. Either you can provide a fantastic experience for them, or you don't. And if you don't, it's a slippery slope. It's going to go downhill fast, I think. And I generally believe that in order to be on time, you got to be early. I stole this quote from another partner of ours, but it really is true. It's going to be so fast.
It was from me.
Well, not you, but you got to be early in order to be on time.
Yeah,
And
like
there's going to be a big pivot coming now with agents and the channels merging it.
we believe in the same. It's clear we've been on this partnership for a while, and it's still like we pretend to go in a long term together. I like to say that when you follow a trend, you're already late. You are on the trend. The game is to predict what is next. When you predicted that it was the meme coin trend or the meme, like the prediction market, I think identity, portable identity, the idea, understanding, and data on chain, it's this one. Our vision now, so if you want to know how it works, Match ID, how we're going to monetize for the customers, imagine the following right now. The whole wealth of internet is in the hands of 4 or 5 companies, Apple, Alphabet, and etc., right? So what do we expect? It's building those IPs. We onboard those users. Those users will be in a platform, and AI are able to filter and understand the behaviors. So PSG going to do a tour in São Paulo and going to ask, who are PSG fans in São Paulo? You ask the platform. Instead, you pay millions to Alphabet. You're going to pay to the platform using our token, MAT, as a data currency. Every single customer that consents to give the sports behavior, they're going to receive a share of that. Instead of going to one company, is the wealth redistribution of the data power. So that's the main vision. But in order for this to happen, you need the users generating data behavior on our cloud storage with a single identity. And to say this, I have something really cool to announce to you guys and to show, as actually we can call it like a world premiere. It's the first time that I'm going to show a video with you guys about something, a commercial that me and PSG, we are launching soon. This is not public on the internet, but it's coming, and you guys are going to be the first one to watch, because this is exactly the meaning behind. It's not technology, it's not blockchain, it's the relationship between the fans and the people that you love. So I hope you enjoy it.
We grew up watching heroes, but what if they were watching us too? Before every match, I sit in silence. Just me and the pitch.
Before training, I just focus on the field.
I come early, just to feel this, before it all begins.
I just wish I could know more about my heroes.
I always imagine the fans watching me, and I wonder, what's their story?
I'm just like you. I'm just like you.
I'm just like you. I'm just like you.
I'm just like you. Paris Saint-Germain, Matchain.
So the way we close it, guys, that's the relationship economy. That's how we want to interact with the customers and fans. And thank you so much for the full room and to stay the whole time here.
Welcome to Signal Week.